So I wrote this next song here, actually, well, not here. Here is Cambridge. I wrote it in London, which is supposed to be cool this time of year. I was there when they passed the Marriage Act, where gay people could get married. But we didn't have it. So then, my wife and I, my wife now, my partner then, were at home and we were texting one another. Come on, you're not that old. We were texting one another and I saw on the news crawl that we could get married in Canada. So I said, Pat, I have to go to a science fiction convention in Canada. Would you like to get married while I'm there? And she texted back and said, a science fiction convention, how appropriate. So off we went to buy wedding clothes. Two middle-aged women in Nashville, Tennessee, at the equivalent of Marks and Sparks. We went to the bridal department because that's where you go, right? Now, I don't know how many of you have visited the southern United States, but there are certain rules, just like there are rules here. In England, when someone says, please make yourself at home, they mean, did you bring your pup tent? Where I live, when they say, ha, and they smile, they actually mean, I'm going to kill you. The wider the woman smiles, the more cautious you have to be. So we go up to the bridal department where a very nice looking southern woman comes out and goes, ha! My wife, being from the south, says, ha! And I say, yo. And then hide behind my wife. And the woman says, well, which of y'all is the lucky lady? So my wife says, well, we are. And the woman gets a look of long-suffering patience and says, sugar, I know that, but which of y'all is the bride and which of y'all is the bridesmaid? Because I don't want your colors to clash. This goes on for a good 10 minutes. And at the end of it, the woman looks at us and dawn breaks. And she says, y'all are getting married on the same day. You think I'm making this up? So off we go to Canada, we get married. It's actually incredibly moving. We are stunned at how moving it is, because we went in saying to ourselves, it's just a piece of paper. It's no big deal. And yet, we suddenly felt like we had the weight of a nation behind us, and it was at once the most moving and the most terrifying thing. And then we got to the border to go home. You have to fill out papers at borders. And on the papers it says, are you married or single? So I said to my wife, did I mention she's a criminal defense attorney? So I said to her, Pat, what do I put? And she said, well, you're married. You put married. And I said, yes, but 15 feet over there, I'm not. And she said, well, and I said, so what do? I don't want to mess this up and not be allowed back into my own country. And she said, well, then do what lawyers do, lie. I was so annoyed at that. I stayed annoyed for weeks, and she said, you better turn this into a song. So when I hit London, I thought, I'm in the right place for it. It's not a sing-along, although if you know it, you're welcome to. We're married in London, but not in New York. It was a while ago. Spain says we're kosher, the States say we're pork. We went in Toronto, the judge said amen. And when we got home, we were single again. It's hard being married and living in sin. Sometimes I forget just which state I am in. Thank God I'm not Catholic. I'd be a mess trying to figure out which to confess. My passport in Sweden says I've got a wife, and Amsterdam tells me I'm partnered for life. But back in America, land of the free, I'm a threat to the national security. If I were a frog, how am I doing that? If I were a frog, here is what I would say. It's hard being green, it's hard being gay, but love has no colors and hearts have no sex. So love where you can and fuck all the rest. I thank you on behalf of all frogs.